The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And right now on the news at noon, DC Mayor Muriel Bowser is adjusting crime statehood in front of a congressional committee. We'll have the latest in a live report. And later, a deadly night in DC, what police are saying after 2 people died in separate shootings.
And it may have been a beautiful start to the day thus far, but are we talking rain chances into the afternoon? If so, who sees the soggiest conditions? We'll have your full forecast in just a bit.
Thank you, Damon, and good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Happening right now, DC's Mayor Muriel Bowser is in the spotlight. With the rise in crime top of mind for so many folks in DC and around the region, the mayor is on Capitol Hill answering calls to testify about the current state of the nation's capital. DC News Now's Leonard and Fleming is live on Capitol Hill. Leonard, what are we learning so far from the hearing?
Well, good afternoon, Mark. Yeah, this is a hearing that it features the Republicans attacking D.C. officials, including Mayor Bowser, on the crime issue, and you have Democrats pushing for home rule and saying, look, this D.C. deserves statehood, and that crime really isn't out of control, and that there are other parts of this country that also have crime problems. And with me here right now is Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton, who is the Congresswoman for D.C., who represents the district. And Ms. Holmes, could you talk a little bit about just your feelings about this hearing today?
Well, Mayor Bowser got most of the questions. She was very well prepared. She has served now in her 3rd term. And when they asked questions such as about crime, they were really asking about their own jurisdictions, because crime is up all around the country, no more for DC than any place else. The Democratic members were very well prepared with their questions. The hostile questions from the Republicans turned out to be questions that gave them knowledge that they did not have about the District of Columbia, so I didn't find those particularly hard to answer.
There have been some Democrats on the committee that have said this is a complete waste of time. And there are Republicans who say, well, no, crime is out of control. Is crime out of control in the district from your vantage point?
Certainly no more than around the rest of the country. In a real sense, it is a waste of time, because many of the questions that were asked were questions that you would ask in a local hearing of the D.C. Council. But it gave the committee a chance to understand more about the District of Columbia than they apparently did.
And do you feel like this hearing will achieve what the Republicans want in terms of making the district perhaps a poster child for problems in this country, for urban problems?
I certainly do not, because I think every one of their questions were answered in a way that the country could see that, for example, crime was no worse here than anywhere else. I do feel that this is the kind of hearing that should take place at the local level and not here in the House of Representatives.
Well, thank you, Ms. Norton. I appreciate your time today. And again, we'll be back live for 5 and 6 o'clock tonight to talk about this hearing. This hearing is expected to last, Mark, another 3 to 4 hours. That's what we're hearing. So live here at the Rayburn Center, Leonard and Fleming, DC News Now. Back to you.
All right, Leonard, thank you very much. And we'll have more on the story coming up on DC News Now at 5 and 6. And well, what exactly is Mayor Bowser pushing for? New crime legislation to address what she calls gaps in how the district is dealing with rising crime rates. She says she always wants to keep violent criminals behind bars.
Public safety is an all-day, everyday, community-wide effort, and the safety of our community is my top priority.
Well, the mayor's not always agreed with D.C. Council's approach to tackling crime. She vetoed the council's last crime bill, and her new bill is now headed to the council. Bowser says it will increase penalties for illegal guns and protect the city's vulnerable and allow judges to hold people, repeat offenders, before trial.
We proudly, of course, in our city believe in second chances, but we also believe in accountability.
It is unacceptable that our teenagers in our city have access to illegal guns.
Well, the mayor's office says they hope the council adds provisions they think are necessary to increase and improve safety. The mayor says the goal is to have the bill passed by the end of the summer's legislative session. We're taking a live look outside now. Of course, the White House, sunny with some clouds, I guess, in the area. I don't know. I'm not a meteorologist, but I know who is. Let's go to our meteorologist, Damon Matson, with a check on the forecast. And Damon, how's today looking?
Hey, I'll give you credit, Mark. You don't need to be a meteorologist to say there's clouds out there. You're fine, because there is. So, yeah, we're looking at a pretty nice start to the day so far. And as we go into the afternoon, though, yeah, things are going to be changing. Hopefully you have some rain gear handy. First off, though, those temperatures, man, we warmed up quick to start out the day today. We're already well into the 70s, feeling fantastic out there. 74 D.C. and Hagerstown, 77 in Leesburg, and 77 over toward Waldorf as well, as we have those temperatures going to be reaching the upper 70s to low 80s as well. Now, checking out, though, that wide view on the radar picture, there's that storm system that is traversing right through the Ohio River Valley. So we have some rainfall definitely in place as we go into the later parts of the day today. And that rainfall will eventually be moving in this afternoon. So enjoy the few hours of dry time we have here, at least through 1, 2 o'clock, give or take. Starting around 3 to 4, we'll see those rain showers expand over the area. To the south, we could even have a few thunderstorms in the mix as well as we head into the evening time in parts of central Virginia, southern Maryland. But yeah, it is looking to be a little bit soggy before the day is all said and done. But as we move along into the rest of the week, is there going to be additional rain chances as we go through your Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday? We'll have your full forecast in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. And students in Montgomery County can now carry Narcan at school. It reverses the effects of an opioid overdose and can potentially save lives. MCPS says the new rule also applies to school-sponsored activities. Previously, students could face disciplinary action for carrying Narcan at school. Another night of violence in the district. Police are investigating several shootings and are asking for help from the public. DC News Now's Lex Juarez has the latest.
Well, it was a violent night in the district, and 2 people are dead after 2 separate shootings. One of them happening right here on Fairmont Street Northwest, and a woman was shot in the head. She later died from that gunshot wound. The call came into police just after 1:30 this morning. And just 2 hours before that, at 11:40, officers were called to Savannah Terrace Southeast for a shooting. When they got there, they found a man who had been shot in the neck. He died at the scene. Well, detectives are working to find out more information about what exactly led up to these shootings and who is responsible. There is a $25,000 reward for all homicides in the district. In Washington, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
Lex, thank you. 2 staff members of Virginia Congressman Jerry Connolly were attacked. City of Fairfax police say a man assaulted them with a metal baseball bat yesterday. Well, it happened at Connolly's district office on Main Street in Fairfax. The suspect was arrested. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg takes a closer look.
Police were called here to Congressman Jerry Connolly's office at 10:49 a.m. for an active assault. Officers arrived within 3 minutes and arrested 49-year-old Xuan Ka Tran Pham of Fairfax within 5 minutes of the call.
When they were calling, they were hiding. So, it's important for us as a police department when people are terrified for us to get there as quickly as possible to stop the threat.
Connolly said an outreach director was hit on the head and an intern on her first day was struck in the side.
That's scary. That poor thing.
Both were taken to the hospital and are expected to be okay. You can see some of the damage left inside. State Senator Chap Peterson represents the area as well, saying for most politicians,
our plan is to greet people when they come in the door, and obviously you don't plan for something like this.
Connolly said in his statement, quote, "The thought that someone would take advantage of my staff's accessibility to commit an act of violence is unconscionable and devastating."
There's too much intensity right now. There's too much misinformation. And I think I would just ask people, stay positive. Let's have a collegial conversation, and we can differ, but swinging a baseball bat is that's not the answer.
Court records show Pham had prior charges last fall, including assaulting a police officer, though Connolly said in an interview, quote, "He's never made threats to us, so it was unprovoked, unexpected, and inexplicable." Reporting for DC News Now, I'm Daniel Hamburg.
Daniel, thank you. In response to the attack, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin says in part, violence does not belong in our political system, and adding, it has no place in our Commonwealth. Youngkin sends prayers to Connolly staff and wishes them a speedy recovery. Well, this is the third incident this year where a member of Congress or their staff has experienced violence. A little over a month ago, a staffer for Kentucky Senator Rand Paul was stabbed while leaving a restaurant on 8th Street in Northeast D.C. The attack left the staffer with serious injuries. And in February, Congressman Angie Craig of Minnesota was attacked in her elevator in her D.C. apartment building. She escaped after throwing hot coffee on her attacker. Neither of these attacks, however, were considered politically motivated. Well, we're still waiting for the motivation on yesterday's attack, and we'll be sure to keep you updated both on air and online at dcnewsnow.com. In Virginia, plans are underway to start work on a pedestrian bridge connecting Crystal City and Reagan National Airport. Over the weekend, Arlington County Board approved moving the plan into the engineering phase. The project was first brought to the table back in 2010. Leaders say the bridge will also increase bike and rail accessibility to the airport. And Fairfax County officials are holding 3 community meetings to share possible changes coming to the Fairfax Connector bus service. Officials say the proposed plan would make travel throughout the region easier. And the 3 meetings start next week. The first one is in person at the Franconia Government Center next Monday. The second and third meetings are going to be held virtually on Tuesday and Thursday. All of them start at 7 p.m. And happening today, D.C. council members are expected to make their first vote on next year's fiscal budget. Council Chair Phil Mendelson says the new budget has a big focus on education, housing, public safety in the district. Mendelson says more than $6 million will go toward funding a free social work degree program for people who live in the district. $43 million will be set aside for emergency rental assistance. A total of $27 million will go toward victim and domestic violence services.